Hey y'all,
Hello.
what's up?
How are you?
We're back again.
BrunchxBesties.
You heard me.
What's that?
Today-
Tashay made with this breakfast pizza. I'm hungry. And it's so it's so good.
She started eating the pizza before we even started recording, but anyways.
It's so good.
Today we're gonna talk about grieving, and I kind of just wanted to touch on this topic a little bit because this has been a crazy year. A lot of people have died, a lot of young people have died, a lot of black people have died. So I feel like we're all grieving in one form or another. But grieving doesn't necessarily have to be death. It can be you losing a job, losing your home, or maybe losing a person in your life, not to death, but to other reasons, like, other things of that sort. So, yeah, let's just hop on into it. How are you already finished with this piece? Like, what?
I told you I was hungry.
Damn, son. Like, you haven't come up for L.
I was hungry. When I came to ask you if we was recording today, it's because I was hungry. I needed to know if I need to eat now
Or later.
or wait for the video.
Y'all, I can't even think right now. This girl really got me joked out in here. Oh my gosh. Anyways.
So when you thought of the topic, what was going through your mind? Like, is there something that you're grieving right now? Or is there something that you...
It's like every other day on social media. Somebody is dying. Whether it's a celebrity or from somebody from our city or something like that. Like, something is happening, like 24/7. This year has been like a really crazy year, especially because of Corona and everything like that. And even with that, I feel like people are still grieving their lives in some form or another. Because your life is not the same. Your life is never going to be the same. We're never going to have a normal life again, which is what a lot of people like to say or call it. Like when things go back to how they were. But things are never going to go back to how they were. So I just feel like it's something that we need to accept. And, touch on or whatever, and then, move past it, because we have to realize that Corona is here and it's here to stay in the United States, at least. So it's gonna be a while before we know what life was pre-COVID, whatever, like that. And then I feel like everybody grieve in different ways. A lot of times on social media, I see people posting stuff all the time. Oh, I miss you. They still calling a person phone.
Yeah,
they're posting videos and stuff like that.
I can't grieve like that. Like, there's this person, they lost a significant member of their family. And like, the day of the loss, it was like there was a post on Instagram, a post on Facebook, a post on Twitter, and I'm like, when
are you gonna grieve?
Exactly. Like, I feel like I'm never gonna stop saying I feel like social media has had an impact on how people grieve. It's weird. Yeah, social media has really made it to where it's like, if you didn't post it, did it happen?
That's very true.
Did you really care about them if you didn't make a post about them? Cause I know, like, this isn't about grieving, but I remember that there was a time where I really felt some type of way if somebody didn't post me on my birthday on their page.
Yeah.
But we was kids and everything. It's just like, you ain't post me, but that kind of. It goes into your adult life sometimes for some people. I've grown out of that mindset. Will I still post my people though? Like, yeah, I got you, girl. Because I want to post you. That's what I want to do. But if someone is missing from my life, especially the day of, I can't even look at my phone.
Yeah. That's how I feel too. Like, it's been a while since I've lost somebody that's like really, really close to me. So I can't say exactly what I would do, but I just know for a fact that if anything was to happen to the close personal people that I have in my life right now, you're not gonna see me on social media. You're not gonna see me on Instagram. You're not gonna see me on Twitter because I'm gonna have to process.
This is not to bash anyone that does do that, because if that makes you feel better to be able to share your loss with people and to know that other people, like, you know, it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe there are other people that if your sadly best friend passed and someone else also lost their best friend, and they're like, you know,
I understand.
Here's what I went through, and you know, this worked for me or whatever. If you don't want to talk about it, I understand.
That's one thing, yeah.
We could talk about it. You know, being able to have that avenue to be able to share it and connect with people. It's just for some people that's just not them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of things. But grief is a very tricky one because it's emotionally charged, very emotionally charged, and you can't tell someone how to
feel. Mm-hmm. Which is why, like, they have like steps to grieving or whatever. It's mostly like 7 to 5 steps or whatever like that.
The acceptance and all
yeah, but I feel like that's very true. It is not a time frame as to how long you should be in each step, or it shouldn't even be a specific order, even though it kind of is.
It never really does go in
But
order.
everybody kind of does go in those steps of, like, you know, grieving. It's always acceptance and then getting angry and then actually crying and feeling that heartbreak and then, you know, accepting that life is gonna go on and you will eventually be okay. Like, it's almost the same for every person, but everybody do it in different ways.
And everybody expresses them very, very differently.
Yep.
Because I remember when my great-grandmother passed, and I was just sad.
Mm-hmm.
Just a sad little thing. You know how you would expect a kid to be when they lost you. Ain't that whole thing?
You can have that.
Okay. How you expect a kid to be when this is really tear it this way. Yeah. How you expect a kid to be after losing their great grandmother. And my sister was just mad. She was just angry at everybody, at everything. She was just upset. And my other sister, she really didn't understand what's going on because she was so little.
Younger, yeah.
So she was just asking questions, and that was just making my other sister mad.
Mm-hmm.
But she was just asking questions, and I'd just be like, no, because it was terrible. My grandma had passed. She was in a chair. It was like she passed in her sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister's like, well, why don't we just wait for her to wake up? And I'm like,
cause she didn't understand what that was at that time.
Yeah. This was literally her first death.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, no. And then my other was like, that's not how it works. Why are you so dumb? And I'm like, calm down. It's okay.
You can't be doing that.
She's not trying to be funny. I promise you, she really does not understand what's happening.
That's funny. I mean, it's not funny.
It's not funny,
it's
but
funny looking back.
Looking back at it, it's
like
she really didn't know what was happening.
Mm-hmm. Anger is a very common response to stuff like that, and I don't know if like a lot of people realize it. Like, of course, when you know somebody who loses somebody, your first thought is to be there for them or to try to say some words of encouragement. A lot of times I don't know what to say. Half the time I don't say nothing. You just want to come and cry on my shoulder, I'll hug you, I'll comfort you, but I'm not going to tell you anything. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be okay, you're going to be okay, because I that's something that I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take for you to process this. I don't know how long it's going to take for you to actually get over because you don't get over stuff like that. You just learn how to live with it and keep on going. So being that person to be like, oh, it's gonna be okay, That's never a good idea. And then people click out on you, which is why I say anger is a very common response to stuff that happens, because
If you're not the one, let's also look up what clicking out means.
because nobody wants to hear at that time when they're going through something, it's going to be okay.
But there are some people that need to hear that.
People need to hear it, but people don't want to hear it.
There's some people that want to hear it.
Well, shit, I don't want to hear it.
She doesn't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me it's going to be okay. Don't. Because I know eventually I will be okay, but right now I'm not okay.
I told her that one time over her period, and I never again.
Like right now I'm not okay, so don't tell me I will be okay, because I know that. Like, you know, I know eventually day by day everything is gonna get easier for me, but right now I'm not okay, so don't tell me that I'm gonna be okay. You feel me? That's it. But anyways,
And I was just talking to Coast about this because we was watching. Well, I feel like if you haven't seen the show by now, then it's kind of like it's Weeds. It's been out for a while.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
hey,
people like spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But there was a you know the part you saw Weeds, right? The first season.
Yeah, first season.
Oh, you only saw the first season.
Yeah, that's it. I don't care. I'm not gonna go watch it. So girl, you can tell me.
So yeah, so the mama started. The daddy died. You know, the daddy died, and you know they was going through everything. And then the mama, she married the DEA agent, but as like for business purposes for what she was doing. It was strictly business. And the kids found out and everything. They was like, "How did you do that to dad? Do that to dad?" And she's like, "It's not even what it is. Can you chill?" And she was like, you know, like, "This is my boyfriend, blah, 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 this, that, that." And they're like, "You just gotta move on, dad. How did you do that?" And I'm just like, y'all are mad annoying. And I was like, y'all are annoying to me right now because she lost him too. You're not the only person that lost him. Like, grow up, shut up. But I was talking to Coach about it, and he's like, kids have a different sense of loyalty.
They do
when they lose someone.
Especially when it's parents. It's different because they don't want to see their other parent moving on with their lives. They feel like they should just be stuck in that, oh, I'm only with my husband or wife or like whatever the situation may be. So it does, I mean, you have to explain to kids, and it does take them a while for them to process that and realize that mama have a life too. Like, you know, I gotta move on. I have to do other stuff as well. But I feel like just people in general, whether it's family or friends or whatever, they don't, like, say me and you lost somebody who was both close to us. Like, we lost somebody, so we both grieving in our ways that we're grieving in. But like, some people might be like, "Oh, I don't understand why she doing all that. You ain't even know them like that," or like whatever the case may be. But you don't know what our relationship was. You don't know the context of like what happened.
Context?
What I say?
You mean context? You said context.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's what I meant.
That's no pizza. Go ahead.
Dog. You do this every video.
I'm so hungry.
You do this every video. But yeah, like people don't realize that you have your own personal relationships with them, and it's different from your relationships with that person. So you can't tell me how I should feel about such and such person or such and such relationship. You can't tell me that I shouldn't be upset as I am, or I should still be upset after I've moved on. You know, right. I feel like people are just like very controlling in the terms of losses. Like they want you to grieve how they grieve. Exactly. And I feel like that's the biggest problem with people, and how, you know, because for some reason it seems like death either brings people closer or it draws them apart. Yeah. For some apparent reason. And I feel like that's probably one of the, damn, I keep saying it too.
Yeah. Kev, I gotta put the counter back. Sister said it like, 3 times every sentence.
Damn. But yeah, that's a big reason as to why people fall out after, like, you lose people. Because they always want you to do stuff their way.
Yeah, like how I was saying earlier, how that person lost someone and they was posting everywhere and everything. If I also was close and lost a person and I'm like, well, that's unacceptable, this, that's wrong. I can't do that to you. That's your way of getting through it. People don't get that though.
I kind of personally don't like how, even though I can't tell y'all how to feel.
I mean, I still don't like it, but
I just personally don't feel like
entertaining.
when people are selfish about the death, like, how could you leave me here and all this and all that? Like, don't do that.
Some things just be feeling real cringy to me. Like when they record themselves crying and everything, I'm like, this is excessive.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it does feel like they putting on a show. I'm not even gonna lie.
Because I'm like, how are you crying?
Right.
It either happened 2 ways. You were crying and it was like, let me get my phone. Like, what the hell is that? Or
You was already doing something and then you
made the intentional cry for your video. Either way, I'm not a fan. So I wish people would stop doing that because I feel uncomfortable. And when they keep doing the calling thing, like you just won't pick up or waiting on you to pick up for me.
Like, what you gonna do when somebody else get that phone number?
Yeah, that happened at my grandma's home. I used to listen to her voicemail.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. This is a black boy. He was really nice.
L'Oreal made a friend at least.
He's cool, I guess.
I mean, hey, to each his own. To each his own. Girl.
I don't know who stopped paying her phone bill. I was mad. Dang.
You paying for it.
Who?
You.
I don't pay my phone bill.
I said you pay it. Since you want it to be on, you pay it.
It's too late now. It's gone. That boy got it.
Okay.
Yummy, delicioso.
Okay.
I want some of this pizza. I'm so sad.
Dog. Yo, I'm so sorry. Like, I cannot even be serious right now. Okay. Moving forward. Because
I call it chill.
It's getting a little sad in here.
Why you sad?
I said it's getting, I ain't say I'm sad.
Oh, that baby's sad.
Because we talk about death and stuff like that.
Well, why do you have to say it so hard? We're talking about death and stuff like that. Dang, like you have to throw death on my plate like that.
I'm just saying, but
I did murder that peacefully.
I want people to realize that you can grieve alive things and people.
Alive things?
Not like things, but situations. You know, like, what if you got fired from your job that you really loved? Your job was your life, and like, you know, something happened.
Yeah.
Or a relationship. Like, you can grieve a relationship. You can grieve that person. They're still alive, but you
can still grieve your friend or relationship breakup.
Right. You know,
because that is also a process. Because you did lose someone.
Mm-hmm.
They're still physically present within the world. They probably don't want to be present with you, but they're still in the world.
So it's okay. You don't always have to be like, fuck this person because they ain't shit. You know, you don't have to do that.
And then
it's okay.
Social media also makes it kind of hard for some people because 99% of people got Instagram or Twitter or something. It's nothing to just go and be looking at their thing, be like, oh, they went to go see this movie. I remember we used to go to the movies together. Oh, like, Stop. That's my fake people cry.
Okay.
And they all sad and everything. But you know, just let that go. That's why people be getting blocked.
True enough. First off, I feel like if you stop talking to a person, relationship, friendship, whatever the situation may be, I feel like it would personally do you some good to unfollow that person. To block that person and leave me. I don't feel like that's always necessary. But you know.
But some people don't understand their place. So you be having
boundaries. You have to have boundaries. You can't be that person who she was just talking about. You can't be stalking their social media and then make yourself sad. No.
That's not healthy.
It's not. You get through it, you grieve that person, and then you move on with your life. If after that, if you feel like you want to unblock that person or you want to refriend that person, then, you know, by all means, do what you got to do. But go through your emotions and deal with that situation, and then let that situation be. Like, just let it go. Because, I mean, they ain't coming back to you.
Not to you like that. Like, you had a specific person in mind. Like, they won't be seeing you no more.
You know,
girl, anywho, how you deal with get out. like job grief, because I know you be missing mainly your old doctor. I know you love them. And
yo, I'm still dealing with this right now, because I swear every day I be at work, I just be like, I miss Dr. such and such. I ain't gonna put his name out there because, you know, he low key. He not like that or whatever. But I mean, I'm still processing it. I honestly, especially like dealing with the people who I work with now, you know, it's a lot of stuff that I come home and complain about. Not even as far as the company, but just like personality and work ethic itself. But I'm really just trying right now. I'm just trying to take myself out of me being my job, because I know I have a lot more to offer. I have more stuff that I have going on with my life. But when I work any job, I do whatever I have to do with my all. I'm not a lazy worker. I'm a very productive person. If I'm working somewhere, I'm working there because I want to be there or because I like the place or whatever. You're never gonna see me unhappy at a job where people just be like, can I take your order? Like, come on now.
What? Whose voice was that?
I don't know. You know how people just be like, they get on the thing and they be like, welcome to McDonald's, can I help you? Like,
but you made them sound all deeper.
How may I help you? How may I help you today? I fed or something. Let me take your order.
I'm leaving.
I'm just saying, like,
somebody pull up to the mic like that on me, I'm driving away. I don't want any service.
I'm joked out. But people like just really be unhappy at their job. So I try never to be in a situation or a job situation where it's just like I don't want to be there. Like, I'm never gonna put myself in this situation because I know where I am. Once I don't want to be somewhere, I'm gonna stop smiling when I come to work. I'm gonna stop, you know, going above and beyond. Like, which I don't do that for y'all. I do it for me, for my patients, because, like, you know, I like what I do. I enjoy what I do. So I just try to, now I'm trying more to separate myself from my job and like my actual personal life, because I can't always let that be a part of me and my personality. Like, I'm still going to go to work. I'm still going to give it my all. But I also have to realize every doctor is not my doctor. Even though that's not my doctor no more, that's still my doctor, y'all. I just be having to remind myself, like, everybody's different. Everybody's worth ethic is different. I mean, what's good to you may be trash to somebody else. So I gotta stop judging these people, baby. That's, I'm trying.
I think there's also a way to grieve you
Like yourself. Like when you're turning into a new person. Like when you're evolving. Cocooning, I guess.
Cocooning. Cut the tapes. Cut the tape. We really did have to cut the tapes.
Anywho.
But yeah, as you're growing as a person and kind of just reflecting on who you were and how you're becoming, that could be a positive or a negative thing. Because there be sometimes, this is gonna sound very terrible, there be sometimes I be dancing and everything and I be like, 16-year-old me could really outdo me right now. My knees is not what they used to be. Not.
They was not expecting her to say
they
that.
They don't. I can't. You know how I used to.
It's the back collection for me.
Can't get down how I used to, man. You know.
Young tenderoni.
I'm not a young tenderoni no more. I'm getting old out here. I be seeing these little young girls and I'm like, I remember that used to be me.
With the Megan knees.
With the Megan knees. I got Megan knees for like 2 minutes now. I got enough.
At least you got them, sis.
Enough to get through my favorite freestyle and then I'm out.
That's it.
I'm out. Don't ask me to do nothing else. Pass me that juice. Please. No, but for real. Like, some people tend to be... Some people were like, happier before than they are now in their life, especially when they're going through changes and stuff. And some people will just reflect so heavily on that, and it kind of drives them into depression and stuff.
It does, yeah.
And I think that's a real thing, kind of like grieving yourself.
It is. It definitely is. I feel like when you... when you're grieving yourself, you need, I'm not gonna say you need to do it alone, but also the people who are around you need to be aware of what you are going through and the process that you're going through, because you're not gonna be the same person who they knew. Like, it's kind of like meeting a new person in a sense or whatever, and some people kind of take that to heart. So it's kind of like, oh, you changing on me, or you the person that, like, you're not the same person who you was when we first met, like, little stupid stuff like that or whatever. So when people are going through changes within themselves, I mean, it's not your responsibility to let people around y'all know, but the people around y'all should notice something different about you and just inquire or ask questions. Hey, what's wrong? Hey, what's going on? Like, you okay? Like, you need to talk, like, stuff like that. That would help the person who's going through those changes transition a little bit easier, because they know they have somebody watching and, caring about them and realizing what they're, going through and stuff. So,
yeah, even with, like, when you was talking about, like, people changing and everything, this is a very small thing. But I remember when we was talking about me and eating pizza and how I used to, like, only eat cheese pieces. That's it. Cheese pizza, light sauce. That's the only way you're gonna feed me some dang on pizza. But nowadays, I'll put, like, some bell peppers and some tomatoes and onions. Throw a jalapeno on there and this, that, and my taste has changed some.
It's matured.
Yeah, and you had brought that up, and that made me think about it, because you was just like, look at you was growing up out here.
Girl, for real, because when I saw you brought a pizza inside and it wasn't cheese, I was like, girl, what? What is that? I ain't never seen that before, y'all. But
yeah, it's a very minor thing, but it happens with people for real, like real changes that be going on in people's lives. Like, your used to be going out friend, now they're not really interested in going out like
the
that.
mom friend now.
Yeah, now it's, I used to be the lit friend. Now I got 2 kids. I can't be lit with y'all.
Right, all the time.
My kids got karate. I gotta go. I do not have kids. I feel like I've said that in another video. I just have to bring that up again because
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, L'Oreal is into acting and things like that. So how do you deal with like not getting certain roles that you really wanted and stuff like that?
Oh man, I used to be like super duper sad because I would get really excited about a role and I'll put everything into it, and I have like a perfect, to me, character analysis, and I've broken down my script and everything. I'm like, this line means this because she lost her dad when she was 7, so talking about that necklace really gets to her right here, so that's what's driving this emotion, and blah blah blah. I'm ready. I go in and I give it my all, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was great, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh yeah, man. And then they never call me back, and then I'd be sad. And I just, like, why would you do that? Why would you get me all excited and then not call me back? Like, I feel like that's like having sex with someone and then leaving right before the orgasm. Why would you do that? That's so childish. But I've moved on from that. Because I used to look at it as getting the role being the win for me. Mm-hmm. That was the only way I looked at it, as being a form of success. Like, I did it. I gave them what they wanted. And I started I started looking at it now as having the ability to audition being the win. One, saves a lot of mental space. Even there are some roles that I still get really, really excited about. And some I am able to be a part of, and some I'm not for whatever reasons. Yeah. And kind of looking at it in that way makes it easier for me to be able to move on from it. It's like, I still go in depth with my analysis and my script breakdowns, and sometimes I don't take as much time as I should to put into some of the things. But I still do it. I give it my all, and I just turn it in and I let it go. If y'all come back to me, if you want to call back, if you want to book me, cool. Then we could. I'll do the callback, or we could move forward. We could talk about how things are gonna be laid out and everything. But if not, I already forgot about it. I'm not thinking about it. There are some roles that I still do be thinking about, like, yeah, maybe they'll email me. Let me check it again, just in case it was my junk or something. But I kind of just let it go, and I view it more as maybe I wasn't right for you. Yeah, because what's for me will be for me, right? And what I have to offer you, what I have to give you for the role, maybe that's not what it is you were looking for. Right. Maybe that's not how you envisioned it to be. You like me, but you don't like what I have to give, and that's fine. That's okay. Okay, girl, I see you. Yeah, because before I used to be depressed. I'd be laying in the bed. Why they didn't call me? You submitted it 2 hours ago.
Not 2 hours ago.
Does not happen that fast.
It really don't.
Does not.
It don't.
Does not. Especially for a major film. They're taking a lot more time than 2 hours.
Let this be a lesson to y'all.
What's for you will be for you. Honestly and truthfully. It's okay.
It takes time.
Time. All good things take time. That's on my vision board. Tell myself that every day. I love my little vision board. Like, I've manifested about a good half of the things on my board.
That's good.
I know.
I want to start doing like a quarterly vision board, like every 3 months, instead of like a yearly type thing, because your vision changes, over time, within like 1 year, a month.
Honestly. Because life changes you, your day-to-day influences you sometimes, and all of these things drive you into being the person that you're ultimately meant to be. Yep. Because some people think that once you get into your 20s and your 30s, that's you. This is who you are. You cemented.
I feel like your 20s is you still figuring out where you are, who you are, what you want to be, and what you want out of life. Yeah. Your 30s is more of you actually going out and getting all those things that you want. So
Yeah, I think your 20s are a major time for I feel like that is the real major time for growth and development.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they say that it normally happens in like college and stuff, and it's like,
but I feel like when you in college, you still don't even know.
You don't know anything.
Yeah, like you don't know yourself.
I have a couple of changes that I can think of off the top of my head that happened to me when I was in college. But most of my major life changes happened to me literally right after graduation. And that's when you're literally thrown into the world, and if you got some balls out here, don't let them drag, because the world is coming for you. Don't. But it's a major time for you to be able to refine and reflect, you know, analyze the people around you, because you're trying to get to this place, and if these people back here not really, if they just holding you back, you gonna have to let them go.
Right.
And in order for you to be able to do that, you have to become a whole new person to be able to let them go. Not saying, and that's not to say that you're being fake or anything, because some people perceive it that way, but you're really just growing up. And sometimes some other people just don't grow up the way that you do, or they just don't grow up at all.
Timely, you know,
especially boys, they take such a long time to mature. Such a long time.
Some more than others. Some more than
Poor
others.
things. I wish the best for them. Actually, no, I don't. They don't go through nothing. They have circumcisions. That's it. I'd rather just have a circumcision just one time.
I mean, fuck it happen sometimes when you're a baby, but
what?
The circumcision.
Oh, I thought you thought about the period.
Oh no.
I was supposed to be like, that is not okay. What's wrong with that kid? That's too early. You just came out. Like, you just got here.
Girl.
You just got here.
Girl.
You just got here.
Yo, help me.
Your social security card ain't even dry yet, and you got a whole period.
Bitch, they probably didn't even print it yet.
Your number not even generated.
Oh my god.
Girl.
Before we kind of like get off this topic, like we always do.
Our fake sign off.
This is our fake sign off because we're not signing off this yet.
You know we good for those.
I want to say that it's okay if you grieve celebrities. A lot of influential black people died this year, and it is okay. It's okay to grieve those people just because you did not know them personally. If they affected you in any kind of way, if they had any type of influence on your life, don't let people tell you, oh, them people ain't even know you. Why you doing all that? That don't matter.
Some people be doing a lot.
I mean, yeah, but you know, there's always that person that's just like, why you doing that? They didn't even know you. You just picked that bit and that.
Yeah, there was a interview.
Girl, people aggravated.
They were talking about how young black men, especially those that are becoming rappers, how they just constantly like killed off at such a young age.
Yes.
And how it's becoming too normal to grieve them. Because we shouldn't just be kind of okay with it in a sense.
Yeah.
Not to say that we're okay with it, but it's just like, oh,
it's not like, oh, another person
again.
Died. Yeah.
And that's just, it's tragic, because once you look, as they were talking about in the interview, you know, these people have the opportunity to do so much for their people, for their community, and, you know, make some real change in their life and other people's life, but they're killed off, and it's just like, oh, he was just a young little thug who made a couple of raps.
See, that's what I don't like, when the media or when other people who don't really know the rapper or whomever it may be, they always try to downplay it, like, oh, that person was in a gang, and you know, that's the lifestyle that they were living, so eventually it is gonna happen. Don't get me wrong, a lot of young rappers start off in a gang or on the streets because that's how they grew up, that's what they know, that's the lifestyle that they have to live, until they do find something better or go a different route. Just because that is something that they once did do does not mean that that is all who they are. And I feel like the media likes to just say that, oh well, they were like a bad person anyways, so it's kind of like they got what they deserve.
Yeah,
but
that's not it.
Yeah, like they were in the process of changing their life. They was in the process of doing stuff for other people around them. Like, you know, you can't just be like, oh well, that person was a bad person, so they got what they deserve. That's not what it is. And I don't want our younger people, our black people, to feel like, oh, just because that's how the media perceives them, or that's what people on social media say, then, you know, it should just be okay. It should just be the norm for us, because that's not normal. You should not be okay with every other time you turn on the news or television, Twitter, Instagram, you saying that somebody else died. Like, that is not
and
okay.
while we on the topic, gun violence is really the white man's fault. Because y'all made guns. So this is really your problem, not ours. Y'all did this. This is literally your fault. So there's that.
Yep. What she said.
You got something else to say?
I do. It don't have nothing to do with this topic, but it's more so on last week's topic. Because let me tell y'all something.
Oh.
Y'all friends, y'all people who wants to smile in our face and heart-eyed our pictures and all this other stuff. Baby, when I be posting y'all stuff, because nobody asked me to post nothing for them. If I'm posting it, I'm posting it because I like you, because I believe in your dream, because I believe in your brand. But I just want y'all to know that same support that y'all don't show me, y'all about to start getting back in return. And that's all that I gotta say.
Yeah, because I've been feeling that way as well. Like, it's not, I know you see it. You've seen the page. Wanna know how I know you've seen it? Because it's literally on my story. That's the only thing I have on my story. And there's some people that I've like tagged sometimes. You've seen it and you still not even followed. A simple follow.
That's it.
That's you didn't even decide to look at a video, but like you was one of, I mean, everyone does something, but you know, there's some people that be like, oh, can you like this for me? Can you do this for me? And I'm like, yeah, you know, like,
can you comment on this? Or can you share this?
Yeah, and like, and before I started Brunch with Besties, I was like, you know, like, sure, like, no problem, I'll do that. And then there's some people I would just automatically do that.
Facts, and I still do that
because you're my friend, or even if you're not my friend, what you doing is fine. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna support you. Like, okay, it's cool. Period. But at this point, if you're not even trying to reciprocate the same energy that I give onto you, at least let me know why.
I don't even.
Or just go. Like, if there maybe you have a reason. Maybe you watched a video or two
and you didn't like,
and you're not a fan of it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you're my friend, I would hope that, like I said in the past video, I would hope that you would tell me and be like, I don't really like this format, or maybe y'all should do this, or maybe that'll do for you. But if you're just like, no,
right,
then fuck you.
Facts.
Cause I don't have the time, and I also don't want people to feel like we're just over here like, oh well, I did this for you, so you gotta do this for me, like counting favors.
It's not even that.
It's not even like that.
But I feel like I do stuff out of the kindness of my heart. Y'all obviously know that me nor L'Ariel send stuff to people and be like, post this, this, please do this, please do this. We don't do that. If y'all post it, we greatly appreciate it. We thank you for posting us and like trying to help us get our stuff out there. But like I said, I do everything out of the kindness of my heart. So if I'm posting your flyer, if I'm posting your business page, if I'm posting whatever, I'm doing it because I believe in you, because I like what you're doing, because I feel like one day you're going to make it out of whatever you are. So with that being said, I just want the same respect for our page, our YouTube channel, our podcast. Like, you don't have to listen to us every day, but I mean, it would be nice if you do listen, if you do tell people, if you enjoy it, if you could, let people know. Because, and I'm just using this as an example, I'm not, saying no names, but I am a female. If somebody was to be like, oh, well, who I could go to get my makeup done? I know a few fire-ass people on Instagram that I'm recommending. I'm giving you at least 3 recommendations. Personally, I know y'all personally, so, whichever one y'all go to, then, boom, that's cool. I just made you some business. I mean, it don't always have to be like that, but at least, just give us the same love and support.
Yeah, like, with that exact same example, like, I don't do makeup. The only time I put on some makeup is... I can't even tell you. When my outfit calls for it, if I'm wearing a dress or something, or if I got on my good wig, I gotta look decent. Then I'll put on a little makeup. But makeup for I don't really do. And I have a couple of people that I know that are really great at makeup, and I'll just be posting their stuff because I'm like, I can't do that, but you can.
Right.
Somebody in Chicago gonna need their makeup done.
Right.
Somebody in Florida, somebody in Atlanta, somebody gonna need their makeup done.
Right.
And if so, I can send them right to you. And that's just because you're my friend. Or not even just my friend. You're just someone that I've seen. I'm like, oh, that's you cool. Like that's something you're doing right there. And for the little minimal respect of returning the favor, hairstylists. I've put people on a couple of different hairstylists. Oh, but that's about to stop too. Like it's not even like it is. We're
not trying to be vengeful.
It's not like that. But just like respect, you give the respect. You get the respect that you're given, and you're going to get the same support that you've given us. Mm-hmm. And that's just that.
That's it. That's all.
That's it. See y'all next week.